Mr. Garner, state's next witness. The state calls Peter Mast. Can you please raise your right hand?
You do solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please have a seat. Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
All right, as you testify today, could you please speak into the microphone as much as possible?
I will do that.
And first things first, could you please state your name?
My name is Peter Mast.
And what do you do for work, Mr. Mast?
I'm an engineer. I work part-time for a company providing business consultation on a quarter time.
And where do you live?
I live in Maui at 263 Kambalai Circle in Honolulu.
Who do you live with?
My wife, Judith.
Mr. Mast, are you related to any person involved in this case?
The the victim in this,
So, Mr. Mast, can you use the word complainant?
I apologize. Arielle Worthington is my stepdaughter.
Okay. As of March 24, 2025, who was Arielle married to?
She was married to Gerhardt Konig.
Will you understand if I refer to Gerhardt Konig as the defendant for the rest of my questions?
Yes.
And if you were to see him again, would you recognize him?
Yes.
Okay. If you recognize him in the courtroom, could you point him out and let us know an article of clothing that he's wearing?
Yes, he's sitting at the table there
Okay.
in front of the monitor, second from the left.
And could you let us know the color of shirt he's wearing?
Black. Blackish, greenish, dark.
Okay. Your Honor, may the record reflect the witness has made identification.
Record will reflect identification was made.
Okay. Mr. Mast, between yourself and your wife, who would Arielle talk to more about her relationship?
Definitely my wife.
Okay. So where did most of your knowledge about Arielle's relationship come from?
Secondhand through my wife.
Okay. So I want to stay away from what your wife told you.
Understand?
Did you have any direct observations, meaning from yourself, about the relationship between Arielle and the defendant between December 2024 to March 2025?
Yes, to a certain degree. We interacted with them relatively frequently. And I would say that starting sometime in the latter part of December on into the following year, there was a noticeable cooling in their relationship that was observable to both myself and my wife, which was consistent with what we had been led to believe had happened between them.
Okay, and again, we're going to stay away from what you've been told, okay?
Yep.
Okay. What sort of context did you make these observations in? And I'm asking public or private.
Generally, these were private dinners together, that kind of thing.
So from the outside, from a public view, was there any indication of any strained relationship?
I cannot answer that.
I mean, cause for speculation about others.
Overruled. The answer will stand.
Okay. So your answer is you don't know the answer.
I don't know the answer to that. I can't speak to how others observed them. There was limited times where we saw them in, let's say, a somewhat more public environment. One was at a party at our house in January.
Could you explain what you observed at that party in January?
Yes, this would be probably sometime late January. It was a Christmas get-together with friends, largely of the Konigs, that was at our house. And I will say that even at the time, I observed an instance in the kitchen where the defendant seemed to go out of his way to demonstrate closeness with Arielle by sort of grabbing her, getting her to come close. I thought it was odd. It was out of character, like he was putting on a show that everything was normal, if you will.
Okay.
I apologize.
Sorry. Mr. Mast, can we
Yeah.
strike the last part of that answer?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
So, and again, let's just keep it to what you actually observed, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
I'm going to move on, Mr. Mast, to March 24th, 2025,
Okay.
okay? All right. On March 24th, 2025, at around 11 o'clock a.m., what were you doing?
I was working in my office at home.
Was anybody else home with you that morning?
Yes, my wife Judy.
Did anybody else come into your home that morning?
Yes, probably 11:30 in the morning. Emil Konig came over to our house.
Who is Emil Konig to you?
Emil Konig is a step-grandson.
All right. And then what room in the house were you in?
I was in my office. Judy was in the living room next door watching TV. I was at my computer working.
Okay. And did you eventually leave your office and go to the living room?
I did.
Okay.
My wife called me in.
Okay. And I'm going to jump ahead in time, Mr. Mast. As a result of what happened that morning with you, your wife, and Emil, where did you and your wife go?
As a result of what we heard, we got a flight and flew from Maui to Oahu. And took the flight here, got in probably about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, went over to Queens Medical Center.
And who did you see at Queens Medical Center?
We went to see Arielle.
Mr. Master, are you aware of any loan that you and your wife provided to Arielle and Gerhardt Konig?
Yes,
Is that loan still outstanding?
it is not.
Okay. When was that loan paid?
That loan was repaid probably sometime in April of that year
And how was it repaid?
in the form of transaction, a electronic transaction.
Okay, and I'm sorry. Who was the person that fulfilled that transaction?
Arielle.
Okay. Mr. Mast, thank you. I have no further questions for you today.
Okay.
Cross-examination.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mast.
Good afternoon.
So you indicated that from December to March, you were around Arielle and Gerhardt a decent amount of times, yes?
Once or twice a week.
Yeah, once or twice a week, and you got to see them interact with one another, right?
Correct.
And when asked about anything odd, there was a party, and you were in the kitchen, and he pulled her close and seemed to go out of his way to demonstrate closeness. That's what you said, yes?
Correct.
All right. No further questions. Thank you, sir.
Any redirect.
Thank you.
Mr. Mast, thank you. You can step down.
All right.
That first step.
Thank you.